Hey guys, today we're going to go over a little bit of diagnostic on a Terminator X, and I'm just going to preface this with this is a semi-satire, but it's also accurate, so don't get too pissed about what I have to say here. So, since Terminator X has come out, it has brought a whole new group of hot rodders into the Holley EFI world, and and it's fantastic. It's great to see all you guys out there and working on your hot rods, putting Holley EFI on them, learning as you go. But there's occasionally some people who they open up this box, right, and then they take this, the engine harness, and they literally just like throw it at a car, right? And they go, well, why doesn't it run? Why doesn't this work? I have lights. What am I supposed to hook this up to? And it's the same old questions over and over and over again, and I'm hoping that this video just tries to put an end to some of that. And but honestly, there's a lot of wires here, and most of you guys are scared to death of wiring race cars and street cars and whatnot. So if you're going to be scared of it, that's okay, but just take your time. None of it is supposed to be done in a day. Okay, you're not supposed to be able to wire one of these cars in a day. You can if you're good. But you shouldn't. You should take a little bit more time. Otherwise, you're going to have piss poor results. So y'all know what all this stuff is. This is the main engine harness, and this is typically where most people's problems lie, right? Or their self-inflicted problems lie, okay? So here's your main engine harness. Here's your little screen. Here's your O2 sensor adapter. Here's your O2 sensor. Here's your injector harness. Here's your main power harness. That has to go straight to the battery. Don't go anywhere else with it. Go straight to the battery. And here's your I/O harness, so inputs and outputs. So you got 4 inputs and 4 outputs available for use. And then you got your ECU. You got your ECU in here. Okay. So maybe you mount this where you want it. You put your O2 sensor bung in, or screw your O2 sensor in. You plug your injectors in, and you got this bad boy here. And you're looking at it and you go, I don't know what the hell to do with this. So it brings me to the first step, right? Inside of every single box, you get one of these. Now this is paper. Some of y'all may not be familiar with this, but paper is, there's words on it, and then you read them, and it tells you things, right? So there's a lot of stuff in here. It's pretty useful, right? So it's got, hey, this is everything you should have and what it is, just like what we went over here a second ago. Kind of how to do your fuel system, how to do your O2 sensor. Then you got your harness installation stuff, but if we keep going, right, it gives you a picture of what each one of these should be, okay? What they're for, and what they do, and where they should plug into, right? It's pretty crazy. It's pretty nice. So if you follow this along, right? So you're following this along. If you notice here's a big one. Here's a big problem that people have. It's the ignition coil, the coil connectors, right? So even and odd. A long time ago, we learned what numbers were odd and which numbers were even, right? So this would be the odd bank. This would be the even bank. There's the front of the car. Okay, this is for an LS application. And honestly, the LS application is where the majority of these problems lie. So, you've got, look at it even says, connect to cylinder head only. Okay? So this book's pretty good. It tells you all the loose wires and what they do, where they're supposed to go, what you can do with all the extra stuff, if you have transmission control. And how to plug that stuff in. But anyway, and then there's the wizard setup, but I'm not going to go into that. I want to show you something else here that it seems like some of y'all don't know what this is, right? So this is just the computer here. We're on Holley's site, and I'm just looking at a Terminator X 24X. But if we scroll down, okay, there's this tab right here, wiring diagram. So if you feel like you have a wiring problem or you don't understand what you're supposed to do with something, you can click on that, right? So when you click on that, it populates this. So this is really, really scary here. but if we click on the picture, it zooms in. Okay, so we've got a list of all the connections at both of these main plugs. These are our main plugs, okay? These are the ones that plug into the ECU. And if we look at these main plugs, and then we look at this, maybe this would be a good idea to just get yourself familiarized with this, but it tells you what color wire it's supposed to be. And then if you follow along with the squiggly lines, it tells you where it's supposed to go. So this is called a wiring diagram. They work really well if you can read them, right? And you just kind of follow along what belongs where. So sometimes I hear that people have problems with stuff being pinned wrong. The easiest way to check is to go out to injector A, which is cylinder 1. Right, there you go, injector A, cylinder 1. The wire is supposed to be gray from the main connector, right? But what you do is you go out to injector 1 and you poke it with a meter, and then you come back over here and then you poke B19. And it should make some noise and let you know that injector A is to injector A. So this is just some basic information on how to troubleshoot electrical circuits. It should not be very difficult at all. Some of the questions that are seen should be self-explanatory. And then you've got another option, right? And that's subscribe to my YouTube channel and learn many things. You can subscribe. I don't know where the button is for you, but because it's my channel, but whatever, it should be somewhere around here. And then you subscribe, and then you like lots of videos, and you watch them all. So this concludes today's lesson on how to diagnose your Terminator X. Thanks.